Hola mundo. Oh, that's a little too close to my face. Hola mundo. Welcome to what we'll watch for spring 2017 or anime 2017, whatever you want to call it. And as you guys can see, I really choose the shows I'm planning to watch and the ones that I might watch. So yeah, let's begin then. Starting at the top, Shingeki no Kyojin Season 2. For those of you who doesn't know, well, I think most of you are quite excited for this second season for Attack on Titans. And I don't really need to give an explanation about this. It, since most of the explanation or the synopsis is from what happens on the previous season. So it's going to be kind of difficult to give the synopsis without giving the spoilers. So yeah, let's keep it like that. Next one is going to be Boku no Hero Academia second season. I watched the first season and I'm not going to say that it was terrible. It was okay. I mean, I wasn't hyped for the anime, but I like it. I'm not going to say it was bad. I like it, but it's not like the anime that I will enjoy sitting and binge watch, if you know what I mean. I think that was a terrible explanation. The next one is Shirokara Hajimeru Maho no Sho, which is being adapted by a light novel and is being created by White Fox. And so basically, the synopsis says year 426 of the liturgical calendar. The world knew the witches existed, and I hate this, and that they practiced the notorious art of sorcery. Nevertheless, the world did not know anything about the story of magic. Our story follows a half-man, half-beast mercenary humans mostly calling his kind the fallen beast. He always dreamed of becoming a human, but one day he met a witch who will change his life forever. Do you desire a human form? Then be my score, mercenary. The witch introduced herself as Zero and explained that she was searching for one of a kind magical dome. The bandit the bandits had stolen from her lair. Inside of the Book of Zero, the Grimoire supposedly contained valuable magical knowledge that could be used to effortlessly bring the world to its knees. Thus, in order to realize his dreams of becoming a human, the mercenary must accompany Zero on her journey. Despite her being one of the wishes he so elated. This story is a howdy, sorceress, and kind-hearted beast. So I personally don't really read light novels. It's something that I don't really sit down and just start reading light novels. Um, from what I read so far, and it sounds interesting, but I don't know, something for me as a probably a regular anime watcher, something doesn't feel right. It's part of the fantasy genre, but there's something that I want to say that in a way can miss give misinterpretation in some sort of way. Well, not misinterpretation, but more like uh okay, I forgot my thought, but in a way, it kind of for some reason it kind of reminds me of ReZero because of the zero thing in the first place. But I've been watching going back and forth for the live short, and I realized that this is not ReZero. It's not a second season from ReZero. It's a whole different thing, and I don't know. It's just something that caught my eye. And I don't know how many episodes it's going to be. I don't know how long it's going to be. I assume it's going to be like around 12 episodes, which is a standard episodes from nowadays. If it's going to be 24 episodes, then that would be cool. If not, then it's cool either way. It's just something that makes me wonder. The next one, which I personally feel kind of excited, is Ero Manga Sensei. and the basic and it's being created, but the manga artist is the same person. Well, the light novel artist or writer, whatever you want to call it, is the same person who created Oreimo. I think that's an English name. I can't remember that specifically, but which basically involves incest and romance and yada 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 yada. So basically, the promise is the new sibling romantic comedy revolves around Masamune Izumi, a light novel author in high school. Masume's little sister is Sagiri, a shonen girl who hasn't left her room for an entire year. She even forces brother to make and bring her meals when she stomps the floor. Masumune wants his sister to leave her room because the two of them are each other's only family. Masume's novel illustrator pen name Eromanga draws extremely perverted drawing and is very reliable. Masamune has never met his illustrator and figured he was just disgusting. Perverted otaku. However, the truth is revealed that his Eromanga sensei is his own younger sister. To add to the chaos that erupts between the siblings, a beautiful female beast, best selling shoujo manga creator becomes a rival. I personally have read the manga. I've been reading the manga. I kind of want to move into light novels, which is something that I don't really do, to be honest, because the light novels, well, I can really just sit and read books. It's not my thing. But if I know like a place to go and read it, then I'll read a light novel. Because from what I haven't seen any updates from the manga, so it's gonna make me wonder if they still update the manga or if they still create the manga. So like, as I say, it kind of makes me wonder. The next one is Buso Shoujo Machiavellism. Machiavellism. I don't know how to pronounce that. Which is being, oh yeah, Manga Sensei is being one studios, one A Pictures, which is the I want to say the hype kind of animes, because if I'm not mistaken, Boku no Hero Academia. Oh no, that has to be my bones. My bad, my bad. Anyways, Buso, well, Shoujo Buso. I'm just gonna call it that way. The synopsis says the private Aichi symbiosis academy was originally a high school for high class girls. When it became co-ed, the girl, out of fear, asked to be permitted to bring weapons to school. When that was enforced, a five-member vigilante corps, like organized, called the Supreme Force Source, was also formed. After many generations, the five Source eventually became a group which corrected problematic students, and the academy started proactive accepting such students in order to correct them. Nomura, Nomura Furo was sent to this school after being part of a huge brawl. What will he do when the only option he has after enrolling are being expelled from that school or being corrected the way the rest of the male students there were, by being forced to dress and act like a girl? It's kind of funny because this manga is on my manga list. I haven't picked it up. I haven't read it yet, but it's on my manga list, and I think my other users are reading at least one or two chapters to see how it is. And yeah, but from what I've seen, it sounds kind of interesting. That the well, it's almost like the typical generic harem anime, when a guy is just into a full girls' school. But here's the thing, from what I hear so far, or from what I understand to be more exact, is that he's not the only male protagonist, so he's technically no a school full of girls. And plus, they make them dress like girls, which is another plot twist in my opinion. But I think the main point I'm trying to pull off, probably, which I might end up being mistaken, so don't quote me on that, is that that guy is being co-dressed, which is different, but he's still not part of. Okay, that's a whole different thing. What I'm trying to say is, it's not like Infinite Stratos or what's this other school I'm thinking about? It's not High School DD. I think it's Masogakuen HXH. I think that's the name. And 100. Don't quote me on this. I might end up being mistaken on that. So yeah, the next one is Rokude Rokude Rokudenashi Majutsu Koshi to Akashi Records. Those names are fucking huge. And so the synopsis: Sistine attends a magical academy to hone her skills in the magical arts, hoping to solve the mystery of the enigmatic Sky's Castle. After the retirement of her favorite teacher, the replacement Glenn turns out to be a thoroughly lazy and seemingly incompetent bastard of an instructor. Who is it that Glenn was handpicked by the best magician in the academy? So in a way, this kind of reminds me to I kind of want to say GTO, but I haven't seen GTO, so I can't really say anything about it. But from what I hear is that he's more like into brawl. GTO is more like into brawler and stuff like that. So it kind of reminds me to this specifically. But at the same time, it kind of reminds me to Denpa Kiyoshi, which is the ultimate otaku teacher, which I personally enjoy so far. I haven't read the manga, I haven't caught up to the manga, or well, haven't read the manga to be more exact. But I like the anime, and I'm planning to read the manga at some point and see how it is, because I know the manga is going to be over quite soon. I don't know how many chapters is left. I think it's like around 3, maybe. So yeah, the next one is Renai Bokun, which I personally read like one chapter of the manga, and I personally found it interesting. Um, a case note is a powerful. Oh yeah, Rokuden Ashi is being created by Liden Films, which I never heard of it before. But anyways, until that thing is loaded up, if that thing is ever loaded, because my internet is crappy. Anyways, a Kiss Note is a powerful notebook that makes anyone who has their name written together will instantly fall in love if they kiss each other, regardless of any circumstances. This magical and very familiar item belongs to an angel named Goody, whose job is Cupid create couples. However, she accidentally writes down Aino Seiji, a regular high school student, unless he kills someone, Goody will die. She convinces Seiji to go kiss his crush, Hijama Akane, the school's popular girl who turns out has even stronger feelings for him, borderline and obsessive and psychotic. Eventually, Akane and Seiji came together, but not before Goody decides that she likes Seiji as well. What seems awesome to most guys become hell for Seiji, who just want a normal relationship with girls. And oh, so they from Liden Films make I think they're making Kusuno Hankai. Does make also Senki, uh, Udon, something. I completely forgot the name of this one. At least I then started Terraformers. Oh wow, I haven't seen that one. Oh wow, so they have actually a few of them. Uh, so yeah, this has been quite interesting. As the people say, I personally like this the first chapter because it involves comedy. Well, it's previously right there on the tags, but it's quite funny and it's quite entertaining. At least from my personal perspective, I'm not sure how they plan to pull it off. At least because the animation looks kind of different from the manga, which is pretty much a whole different thing. But yeah, it looks interesting. I don't plan to deny that. Anyways, continuing with the thing is the next one is Sakura Reset. And from what I've seen is that this anime is going to run for 2 seasons, which is going to be like around 24, 25 episodes, which I personally think is kind of cool. And the synopsis says, nearly half of the population of Sakurada, a small town near the Pacific Ocean, has some sort of unique powers. These powers range from being able to enter the mind of a cat to resetting the world back to a certain point in time in the past. There's a group known as the Kanryu-kyoku that controls and monitors the use of these powers. Asaike and Haruki Misoda works for their school club's Hoshi club, which executes any mission received from the Kandi Kyuko Oku. Misoda has the ability to reset the world 3 days. This means that all events in and any memories of the past 3 days that could have happened never happened. Kei has the ability to remember the past even after Misoda used her powers to reset the world back 3 days. Kei will retain those 3 days in his memories, combining their powers. This to solve Misoda's issue by Kandi Kyoko Oku. So yeah, this actually sounds kind of interesting, at least from my personal perspective. Um, I think the only problem that I have is the reset days. Like I live for me, I would probably prefer her to remember the things more than the guy, and the guy has a different ability. Like I don't know, see, no, I was gonna say see the future, but that wouldn't make sense because um, I don't know. I think like if he can see the future, then he wouldn't able be needing her at all. And so yeah, or I don't know, like read people's mind probably. I think that should probably help in some sort of way. But that's my opinion. I just can I can not speak properly. You guys can see the ones in red are probably some of them that haven't seen it because like for example because I feel like I just going back. For example, Sainai heroine knows that they gotta uh huh, like okay I can read music to be honest, but that's the second season. Little Witch Academia I'm not watching it, so I don't think I'm going to watch it. Seeing Nanatsu no Taisai is basically a musical, which is not my thing. So there was I'm another watching is Soul Oratoria Clockwork Planet, which the premise sounds for Soul Oratoria is pretty much a spin-off from How to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon. Um Boruto Naruto Next Generation I'm either watching just because of the laws and see how things turns out to be. Shumatsu Nani Shitemasu ka Isogoshi desu ka? Sukure marite I desu ka? Just maybe I was reading the premise and it doesn't really come attention. Shingeki no Bahamut Virgin Soul. I might end up watching that after I finish the first season because I haven't finished that first season. Rick Raiders is another one that I might end up watching. I was reading the story is like well the description of it and it was a so-so for me. At least to Soloku it's the same thing. Maybe it looks interesting. The premise looks interesting, so it's a maybe. Gino Guardian is a digital mahou, which I'm not mistaken is a Chinese manga. The story is, or the synopsis is, Suijin may be poor, but he's oh gosh, he's one of the best online video game players. This identity, however, is unknown to Alex except for Ricolay, Suijin's classmate. She delivers a mysterious mobile device to Suijin, but before being able to explain herself, Ricolay is kidnapped and Suijin immediately finds himself trapped in a series of problem-like circumstances searching for a way to save her. He accidentally activates the device allowing him to dive into a new virtual game world. So here's one of the things. Just because of the fur, it kind of reminds me to Guilty Crown. That's my perspective. It reminds me of Guilty Crown, just because of the image. But when I used to read the synopsis, in a way, it kind of gives me to online which is basically a manga. I think. Don't quote me on that one. Which is basically aggressive video game console, which which is basically like a dead console. So basically, the more you play, so basically, okay. So as long the more you play the game and you beat other people, the other people might end up losing like an arm or an eye or something like that. If you lose, you might end up losing like the ability to move your arm or your eye or stuff like that. During a specific time, the game doesn't allow you to die specifically. Like let's say you can see or something like that. The game said, hey, it's this time, so you need to you can see now and you can eat, but we don't want you to die, but we want you to suffer. That's kind of like the main thing of the whole thing, which it was the first thing that came to my mind. But then it says virtual game world, so I'm like, maybe it's a whole different thing. I'm might just watching this and see how things turns out to be. That's pretty much my perspective on this. Seika Suru Karo, that's a maybe. I'm not sure about it, to be honest. Since it's original, and if I'm not mistaken, that's going to be a CG anime. If I'm not mistaken, which basically is kind of like an alien kind of stuff. Anyways, continuing. Tsuki ga Kire, which is an original series. I think it's going to be it's a romance to school, and I feel like this is going to be a slice of life. So it's a maybe. Sakura Quest is a maybe too. I'm kind of debating on that because I'm not like I don't know. Like I feel like it's going to be funny, but sometimes not going to be like it's going to get dark at some points. I don't know. It's just a maybe. But second season, I haven't seen the first season, so I can't really watch the second season. Fukumenkai no noise. I personally, thanks to Fuka, I personally have enjoyed more musical animes. And the same does this, Nino, a girl who loves singing, made a childhood promise with her first crush, Momo, and song composing Yuzu to someday find her voice. The three went their separate ways, but Nino kept her promise and continued to sing. Years later, the three are now high school students, and Nino drawn into the world of bands clubs. And this is the interesting thing is like it reminds me of Fuka in some sort of way because bands stuff like that. But personally enjoying Fuka because of the music style. It's not an idol anime for some. That's one of the reasons why I like that more than the idols anime, and it has its first way to develop the story, even though it kind of got off of the manga from what I hear. And yeah, I'm planning to watch that because it looks interesting, sounds interesting. The next one is Zugu Momo, which is a maybe. I'm kind of debating on that. Oishitsu Oshitsu Kyushi Haine. It's a manga. It's been adapted from manga. Plus maybe because it kind of reminds me to Alka, which is kind of a slow-paced anime. I kind of like a slow-paced anime because they explain the things more properly, more than animes that go from point A to point B quite fast. I don't know. That's kind of my perspective on that. The next one is Zoryu to Majiwaru Shikyoku Chikoyoku no Yuri. I can't even read the whole thing. It's going to be 5 minutes. So it's going to be a short anime, but it kind of reminds me to an adult anime. So I think I'm watching that because of that reason. Hinako Note. It's a maybe. My friend says he's going to watch it, so I might end up watching and see how it is. Sekai no Yami Yusukan. It's a original series and is the series is a short in an omnibus format that will tell stories of the strange and bizarre inner worlds, including UFOs, cryptid courses, ancient civilizations, supernatural powers, spiritual experiences, bizarre cases, different dimensions, and urban legends, told in a picture show style that anime seeks to invoke the retro atmosphere of pulp horror stories that were popular in the 60s and 70s in magazines. I personally plan to watch this because I mean I'm not a big fan of horror, especially if it has a lot of gore. But I'm planning to watch this just because I'm interested. I mean I'm a fan of the paranormal stuff, so I'm planning to watch it. The next one is Frame Art Girls. Uh, I'm not sure if it's been adapted by. I'm not sure if it's going to be the same thing as Mobile Suit Gundam. Hopefully it's not the same way because it's going to be kind of odd, you know. The one that it reminds me the most is I think is Mobile Suit Gundam Fighters. Don't quote me on that. And I'm also running out of time, so I have okay. That's about it. The story begins when Ao opens. I don't know what's Aoi. Ao opens a package that arrives at her doorstep. Inside of the package is a Gurai, a frame armed girl, a small robot capable of independent movement. Gurai is a newly developed prototype, a frame armed girl equipped with an artificial self, an advanced AI that gives her a personality. Ao is the only one that has activated hers. Garu begins to gather both value data and emotions, starting a day-to-day life with Ao, who knows nothing about frame up girls. So this kind of reminds, as people say, Mobile's Gundam Fighters, and it now reminds me to Rocketman, which is basically Mega Man. And I'm just going to keep it like that because I'm being recorded for I'm close to half an hour. I just want to get out of this before I hit half an hour because I my computer doesn't really can have that much space. Doesn't have that much space to accept. Anyways, I need Sukuru Kusuri Wanai. So this one is a maybe. I'm planning to watch it just to see how it is. This is a digital mahal, which I previously I think is a Chinese manga, and maybe if I'm into, I feel like this is going to be like a short adaptation. That's why I'm going to watch it. I don't the beginning, which is basically the sort of what happens before Astro Boy. Uh, so I'm planning to watch that just because I'm interested of it, and Astro Boy has been like for ages by now. And Yu-Gi-Oh! Brains, Brains. I need to finish watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 before I jump into this one because I mean Arc 5 is basically going through the parallel universe kind of deal. So I'm end up finishing that before I jump into that one. And the last one is the Snack World. For some reason, this one kind of caught my attention. So hopefully it's going to be interesting. If not, then I'm just going to drop it. You know the 3 episode rules. Anyways, if you guys enjoy this, and well, pretty much exact. If you guys have any recommendations out of this season, recommend that I may end up just saying, hey, I don't want to watch this, or maybe this one wasn't that is a maybe. Then put in the comments below. That would be super appreciated for my opinion. Also, if you like my content, subscribe. I mean, I upload this every season, so if you want, it's totally fine. It's up to you, buddy. So, or at least give me some thumbs up and some comments. You know, share some love to me. Anyways, my laptop is done. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have fun.